Hi, I'm Cindy, and this is my story on healthy relationships. So, in my teen years, I loved to be social, hang out with my friends all the time, and play sports. I didn't really like to be home much because my parents were emotionally absent for different reasons. In my dating relationships in my teen years, I made some wrong decisions. With a couple of boyfriends that I had, I made the wrong choice and I had sex with them. I did this, I think, because I wanted to stay in the cool crowd. It seemed to be what people were doing. I didn't realize, how it would affect me after I made that decision. It just messed me up really, really emotionally. The negative emotions came like a wave over me. I felt used. I got anxiety. I felt rejection. So many negative emotions. All these things that I had no idea would come over me, that no one ever had explained to me, the reasons why you shouldn't do it. I was always just told, no, don't do it, I now realize it's not just a physical thing that affects you for a few minutes. You're affected spiritually, you're affected emotionally, mentally, and physically. And then into my early adulthood, I met my future husband. And I also had just become, a new Christian. I had so many questions about faith. So my future husband, he was actually an answer to prayer. I prayed and I asked God, I need a Christian friend who can, help me because I won't make it. We were friends for a very long time. And then we started dating and then we got engaged. During that, we decided we didn't want to have sex until we got married. That was very important to both of us. But that's hard. That's very, very hard. So we put specific boundaries in place for us. We wouldn't stay, the night at each other's place. We tried not to be alone too much. So we did have boundaries in place to be able to do that. We were really happy about the decision we made. The choices I made as a teen, they affected my marriage as well, coming into my marriage, because I knew that God had forgiven me, but I hadn't found my identity in Christ yet. So I brought guilt and shame into my marriage, and of course, bad memories that I had of my sexual life before I got married. And then because I didn't have my identity in Christ into my marriage, I looked to my husband, to fulfill all my needs, for my significance, to love me the way that only God could love me. So I looked to him for that, which isn't fair. I also put him on a pedestal and I compared myself to him. I thought I have to be just like him. I just grew bitter and resentful. And then of course, that just because I'm bitter and resentful towards him, I just started following the same patterns from my teen years. And then I just felt I had that weakness, attention from men, because I'm still looking for love in the wrong places. That brought more guilt and more shame because I knew that wasn't right. And that wasn't fulfilling anything in my life. I still wasn't feeling loved because only God can make you feel love. I finally surrendered to God, found forgiveness at his feet, because we can come to him just as we are. And so then I finally started to build the one relationship that we all need, that made me feel secure, made me feel loved. I started to spend time with Jesus. And then I realized this is what I was missing all my life. He made me in his image. He knows me best. And so that was when I finally realized, I found my identity as a daughter of Jesus Christ, as a daughter of the King. I was able to start loving others and loving my husband and not needing attention to have a purpose. My purpose was in Jesus.